guys, welcome to Style with Sanaz. Today I have a wonderful surprise for you. We are doing a video on paint colors. This has been the #1 question on all of our Instagram, on all of our YouTube, and we've taken your request to heart, and here we are today. So we're standing in a primary bedroom and we've taken 2 contrast walls, one the darker side where we're going to be applying our lighter paint colors and one on the lighter side for all of our dark paint colors. Our painting specialist Claudio was kind enough to come here and join us in this video, and he has prepared our walls. So we're going to be applying the paint and we're going to go through the process with you all. And here it is, our wall of neutrals. So these are my favorite neutrals to use, and you guys, I'm sure, have seen them in a lot of our projects on Instagram and YouTube. And the most popular 4 I picked from the Benjamin Moore colors. This one over here is the gray cashmere. It's very light and subtle. Now you might not see a big difference between all of this happening, but when you get a close-up shot, you'll see the subtle difference between each one. It's just between the warmth and the coolness of the color. So the cashmere gray is a little bit more gray tone. You do see that hint of gray in it versus the beige. I love to use this in modern projects or bedrooms. It's very soft and subtle, and it really goes with anything against it. Something like this, I would definitely use lighter trim colors, which I'll go through with you guys, and I'll show you the difference between the trims in just a bit. And then this one over here is the muslin, which I absolutely love as well. It's warmer, and I've actually used this on a dresser, which one of my clients wanted to refinish, and it turned out so beautiful and so neutral. For the walls, I find it a bit creamy. I would do this for a client that doesn't want white walls, but wants something neutral and warm, and it looks fantastic with dark colored floors or even light colored floors, but I would stay away from mixing this with any gray tone. So if you have gray hardwood, don't do this, but do this one, because this one has more gray in it, whereas this one is warmer and more beige, so it can go with a more natural finish floor or like espresso finish floor, or even a black floor would look stunning with this. Over here on my right, we have my favorite Benjamin Moore neutral color, and it's OC23. OC23 I've used in so many of my projects. One of the most recent ones that we did a video on, and you guys can definitely check it out, it was our custom house that Ali built, and we did a full walkthrough of that tour, and you guys absolutely loved it. So refer to this paint for your living room and dining room of that house, because you guys asked so many questions about it. It's very neutral, and as you can see against the dark background, there isn't too much of color to it, so it can go in the family of the whites with a hint of beigeish gray. So this is what I like to call warm gray, and this one over here on my left is what I like to call the cooler gray with the silver satin OC26. So OC23, warmer gray, OC26, you have the cooler gray. And this one is absolutely lovely too, and it goes with everything. But between the two, again, warmer tones like your floors, hardwood or tile. If you're in the more beigey brown tones, this is stunning. And this one is absolutely beautiful if you're more in the gray tones and you want to keep it a little bit cooler. So this is my wall of neutrals, all of my favorites, all on one wall. I love how Claudio cut this out for us and made it look so nice, because it actually shows all of the colors against our contrast dark. So now let's move on to the other wall where we have all of our dark colors against the lighter wall. And surprise, my wall of colors. Yes, Sanaz also does love colors. It's not always about the neutral. Sometimes we have clients that want a punch of color in their rooms. So these are my top pick. Over here on my right, we have the Kingsport Gray, which is absolutely stunning if you want to go with the earthy warm tones and do some light neutral furniture. Again, something like this, I would do it with a light color floor, something more natural or light colored, I would say. I wouldn't so much do gray with this one, and I would maybe do dark floors with this if you want it to be extra moody. But if you want to keep the contrast between the two, go with a lighter floor. Kingsport gray is absolutely stunning. And I would use this in mudrooms. I would use this in a living room, in a family room, theater room. I think it's a bit much for bedrooms. This is definitely a nice color if you want to bring in some color into your house and you want to warm it up. Kingsport gray is definitely a nice option. Then over here, we have the silhouette. And guys, this one came out of the project that we did, and you guys can check out the video. It was a beautiful, modern, kind of like a country house that we did, and this was used in the theater room, the silhouette by Benjamin Moore. This is absolutely fantastic if you want to bring in contrast to a wall, a feature wall, or if you want to do this behind a wall unit and you don't want to leave white drywall behind it, you can do something like this to give it a punch of color. If you want to do it in a bedroom on a feature wall, or really any space that you really want to enhance, this is a very nice option. And I would do this with any color floor. Maybe stay away from a super dark floor because then it would be too dark. But any light floor in the beigey tones, in the gray tones, both of them would work really well with the silhouette color by Benjamin Moore. And on the left here, we have two colors that I've never used. So I decided to be spontaneous and choose two colors that I thought were out of my comfort zone, but that I would like to use eventually somewhere in a project. So I picked the Igon Teal as one of my contrast pop of colors that I absolutely love. I'm not too much of a blue person or a green person, but teal I feel like is the right way to go if you want to stay somewhere in between, but yet want that punch of color. This is beautiful. Also, I would say for a kid's bedroom, if you have a sitting room and you want to do nice light furniture, with dark floors, with light floors, it's absolutely stunning. One of the other things that I would say, if you have that piece of dresser or a piece of chair or something that you want to enhance the room with, this is definitely a nice color. If you have a DIY project and you want to do something different, this is a nice color to use, and I would do like maybe some brass hardware with it to give it a little bit more of an antique punch. So then guys, we have this bottom rosy peach that is absolutely fantastic. And I feel like this can also work in like a reading room or a sitting room. Something fun in the kitchen if you have like a country style kitchen, I think is definitely a beautiful pop of color to add to your space. So the Igon Teal and the Rosy Peach, if you're planning on doing a fun room, something different, or even a furniture piece, again, both of them work with light color floors, dark color floors, so go crazy with it and have fun. So now I'm gonna go through the different trim colors with you. So I have two of my favorite trim colors here, CC20 and CC30. There's a very subtle difference between the two, but once you put them side by side, you'll definitely notice the difference. CC20 is a much whiter white, and CC30 has a tinge of beige in it, so it's a little bit warmer. For those of you that don't like to have white walls, this is your pick right here. And for those of you that like that white clean look, CC20 is definitely the way to go. Now, if you're talking about trims and ceilings, casings, these are the two colors you want to be looking at. And I'm going to put it beside the pink color so that you can see the difference between the white and your walls. So if you have the CC, let's go with the CC20 beside our cashmere gray and our OC23, which is more of the beige tone, you will see here that it actually works with both of them. It just has a different undertone. So this is more of a gray undertone. It's much cooler, whereas the OC23, which is here, the more beige tone, I love this with the OC23, which has the beige undertone, but not so much with this. I feel like they kind of clash because this is more cooler gray beside the beige, not so much. Doesn't have a flow together. So if you're going with the gray tones, go with the CC20. And if you're going with the beige tones, go with the CC30. This is definitely a beautiful combination for the two different sets of colors. Now, I will do these the same from your ceiling to your trims, and then choose your paint color. The color palette is yours to discover, so go crazy with it and have fun. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it was informative enough for you in your own project, and now you know exactly what to do with your colors, the warm tones and the cool tones with your trim colors. And if you want to do something fun and different, you want to stay with the colors, these are my options right here. So any one of these, I'm sure you will have a blast with and are neutral enough that you can really go all crazy with your room and be creative. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our video. Let me know which colors you like the best. Are you more of a neutral person or do you like the punch of color? I'd love to hear your feedback. And don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Instagram @SanazNouri, and we'll catch you next time.